Well, welcome. What's
Wait,
up?
it's recording?
Yes.
Yes, this thing is on.
We finally did it. We're finally here.
We are
Finally
here. We're here. What do we mean by we're here?
Bitches is in the building. Are we cursing? We should
Already starting off.
Wow.
Starting
We're going to
off.
be cursing.
I mean, well, you just started it.
I'm going to be cursing.
Obviously.
So
I'm going to try to
FYI,
watch my
Obviously.
Put the kids to
I
bed.
want to listen.
Ooh. Mama is tuning in, y'all.
But yeah, we're here. It's been years in the making, and yeah.
We're on a podcast.
How do we
This is
feel about
happening.
that?
This
How
is
do we feel?
happening.
Shook, panicking.
The first quote she does is Nicki Minaj, the non-bar.
I'm going to not make any Nicki references
You just
for
did.
the rest of the episode.
Okay.
We'll
you
see.
got it.
Also,
That last.
PB and my pink wig. That.
Which is in the middle. Because he wanted y'all to see that. 'Cause-
Did it on purpose.
Okay,
Of
we
course.
have to
Of
introduce
course.
ourselves.
Of
We're
course.
doing a
Oh,
lot
right.
of talking.
They don't even know who are.
Of course,
They don't know
yes.
these voices.
Okay, so the voice that you're hearing right now is Jackson, aka Snackson. Hello, so happy to be here. To my left, we have
Anthony, aka 66 Poppy, aka the Beyonce of the group.
Here we
Wow,
go.
there you go.
AKA the
Already.
star of the show.
Nobody
Early.
said that.
Yeah, but most of you know me as 66 Poppy and 66 Poppy Online, which I'm wearing today.
Shop the
So if
brand.
you're watching, you know, where's my camera? Shop the site. Okay?
And then to the right of me, we have
We are listening to Quiet Storm
this deep
Ooh.
voice.
by I am the Alejandro on Instagram. You know, we're here. That's what
We
it is.
are here.
The trade of the season.
Child, it's gonna shake up real quick.
Wow.
But how did we get here? How did
Wait, we have
get
to
here?
say the name of our podcast.
But I thought we were gonna tell the backstory first and then say how we got here.
Well, let's say the name.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll talk about how we got to the name
Okay.
and what the name was supposed to be.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's speak on it. So the name is,
Are you reading me, sis?
oh my gosh, so good. Y'all said it in unison.
Like,
And we just felt like this was very true to us and sassy and messy like us. And
well, I'm not.
sometimes
Ooh. We not gonna tell lies on the podcast. We
starting
not
early.
gonna tell lies on the
I'm not messy. You're right yet. Not yet.
And sometimes we read each other.
all the
Sometimes we do.
time.
All the time.
All the time.
Okay.
all the time.
So this has been a long time coming, a long journey.
Like 8 years. 8 years in the making.
Yeah.
A random backyard barbecue situation in Brooklyn. And somebody was like, oh my gosh, I love y'all's friendship. I love what y'all be talking
Yeah,
about.
shout out to him.
What
I
was
can't
his
think of
name?
Who is him?
Oh my gosh,
Right.
I know him so well.
But we
I
know,
can't think
you
of
know
his
who
name.
you are. You know
who you are. And you're probably listening because he would be really happy that
Exactly, that we're finally
we did
here.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to you.
Shout
Oh my
out.
gosh.
Oh,
I
You know
think
his
I know who
name.
you're talking
You know his
about.
name.
No, but I know who you're talking about.
I'm gonna find out his name.
Yeah, we're gonna find out his
I
name.
know
Oh my
the name,
gosh,
but I don't
yes.
want to mess it up. So
Okay.
I'd rather.
Okay, we're gonna come.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back in there. But
I'm
he
putting
was
in the
like,
comments.
right? He was like, I love y'all. I love y'all's friendship. Y'all should like talk to people.
Didn't
And we
he
were like,
give us like a
He
little
did. His-
inspiration for a name?
Yes.
Yes.
So the original name was The Let Out. And it was,
wow.
you know,
Shout out to him.
it was so good. It was so good. It's of course taken now.
And we
Multiple
had a whole
times.
format. We were gonna do the
Multiple
pregame, the main event, the let out.
The Let Out.
Had it all figured out, and then someone stole it.
It's gone.
So the let out, count your days, because
All of you, because it's multiple let outs at this point. So
no, we're really happy with our name. It's very fitting,
Yeah.
and we love it.
I feel like it fits us. It goes into what our aesthetic and what we do, things
Yes,
we talk about. So
Yeah.
it fit in really well. This one worked better.
it did.
Y'all can have that name, The Let Out.
It did, and it's also perfect for the timing that we're at right now. You know, so yeah,
what
Here we
timing?
are.
What timing are we at?
a time of transitions, but obviously we're gonna get there because
We're not good on timing, clearly.
Oh, clearly.
Okay, so
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because I, of course, am always the one that's on time. Always on time. And what time did y'all get here?
I
Right
am
time.
usually
The correct
late,
time.
fashionably late, obviously. But it was not my fault today.
Whose fault was it?
I think he's talking about you.
Oh my God.
I don't know
Hey,
if
who would that
my
be?
fault. I do not remember.
You had the times wrong.
I did.
So
So
thought it started at 7.
I'm reading you,
I-
sis,
I
because you had the times wrong. Yeah,
I actually thought the time
let's start
started
there.
at 8. So I was.
Why would
way
you
off.
think that?
Well, yeah. That's
Okay, so we're not even. Let's move on.
Tragic.
Take care, baby.
Tragic.
Let's talk about our friendships and how we know each other and how we came to be this trio.
Yeah, I feel like you're the perfect person to tell that. You're the connector.
I am the glue
You are the
for
glue.
my wig and my family.
You are the glue.
Okay, so I met Alex first.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's say that again.
I met
Because
Alex
some people be
first.
confused about that.
Way back in the 90s. way back in the
Way
day.
back.
Yeah, I do know.
I was working at the mall. I was working at this store. We don't even want to give them any free promo, but I was working at this store and I was in school on the Eastern Shore, and Alex lived on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah, shout out
and
to Eastern
him and
Shore.
his cousin used to come in the store and talk to me all the time.
Yeah. And I
And-
would buy all my church clothes, my
Yes.
ties, my
Church
pants,
clothes.
Yes.
Got to go to church looking good, and he made sure
Yes.
great for the Lord.
I've always been a fashion doll. So, I was working at the clothing store, getting them together.
Yeah.
And that was the 90s. And then I met
2000.
you, Jackson Snackson,
I didn't know
at
him
a
as that.
brunch
There we go.
with, it was Marcus's birthday brunch.
Yes.
Yes. And we ain't-
we
we
can't. Yeah.
but I met you at a brunch.
Yes.
Yes. In DC.
Yes.
Yes. We were both living in DC at the time.
We were. We
Yes.
sat next to each other. We talked the entire time.
Yes.
I was like, oh, you're fun. I'm like, oh, you're fun.
Yes.
And then fast forward.
Yes. And then Alex was living in New York. I moved to New York, and
Oh, yeah,
then
he
you
was in
moved
New
to
York.
I
New
was there
York.
before. both.
Yes, you were there 1st, and then I moved, and then you moved, and then we reconnected, and
Yeah.
here we are in Atlanta.
Little trio.
Here we
Can't
are
believe
in
it.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Well, some of us is only visiting Atlanta.
Okay. Wow.
They have not made the transition yet. When do you think that's going to happen?
Spring, summer.
That is perfect. Okay, but so before we talk about your transition, let's
Whoa. I'm
about-
transitioning and moving. Not before we
Oh,
talk about my
Lord.
transition.
Here we go.
I just like to make
Obviously.
things clear.
Obviously.
let's talk about. Let's describe each other. So let's say you describe him, and then he will describe me, and then we'll do that to give the listeners some insight into who we
What they
are.
can expect from us, you know?
What the vibe is.
The vibe is all right. So, Jackson,
Keep it cute.
I'm
reading
trying.
this?
The words are trying to come to me, but I can't find them. So it's like, no, I'm
I'm
joking.
finding it. I'm finding it.
Hold it. I'm finding it. I'm finding it.
I believe our relationship, our friendship has grown off, I guess, honesty. He's honest. That's the opinion. you're
Always
gonna get
tell it
from
like
him.
it is.
You're going to get his perspective, whether it be right or wrong. 'Cause
Wow.
it's not always right, but he will let
Wow.
you know it's right.
You reading, sis?
Already, we're starting already. But
Negativity.
like a little honest opinion, a little honesty, a little brutal, a little, razzle dazzle of the truth, maybe sometimes to make you feel good.
Razzle dazzle. I'll take it.
That's what you'll get from Snackson.
Okay.
I'll take it. I guess. Well,
And then so who am I going to?
You're doing
I'm gonna
Alex.
describe you.
Ooh,
Okay.
do you want to start with that? Or you want me to start with you?
yeah, I feel like you should describe him.
Should I?
He should describe me.
Yeah, he should describe.
Or should he describe you? Because you just described him.
No, we just
We
did.
should have thought this out better.
You.
Okay.
Since y'all are more
They were sisters.
Yeah.
Wait, they were sisters.
Okay.
What are you trying to say?
Just go ahead and describe them. If you
Anyway,
get it right.
with Anthony, what are you gonna
I
get?
also can describe myself too.
Here we go. You're gonna get seriousness. Let's talk about that. Nothing
This is
will
a
be
fact.
serious. Nothing will be serious. Everything's gonna be a joke. Everything's gonna be fun.
Right. Right. All the time. Even when it should be serious. it's
Even when it
still
should be
not
serious.
Very unserious person.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Very unserious. You're gonna get the promos, you're gonna get the plugs, all the things. A cute little, little gift, little moment. But then at the end of it, you're gonna get a little nugget. He always gonna have like a little gem, a little nugget about something or something.
Okay.
That's news.
Yeah.
Let's get in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Phenomenal woman.
Like,
Phenomenal
a
woman.
little
word.
nugget, a little spoken
You
word,
know?
a little something for you to go back home to and think about.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
you know
Yeah.
what? I woke up thinking about what you said last night.
Yeah. Like that 1% of seriousness just pops out and it's like, here you
Okay.
go.
Nice. All right.
Okay, so with Alex, you are going to get Nicki Minaj.
All day.
Nicki Minaj.
Hey Barb.
Nicki Minaj.
Hey Barb.
You're going to get some
Queen.
church in there.
You will.
You gonna play with demons.
Because I'm saved.
He is saved. He be up in the church. You might get a little church song. You're going to get sports references in there.
Yeah.
Alex
girl.
is.
Let's go, Ravens. Let's go.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Girl.
And he's the trade of the group. Alex is the trade of the group. We'll give him that too.
I mean,
He
you
is
found that to be
tickle.
I mean,
Very
found
funny.
that to be very funny.
I done got hotter.
Very
Wow.
funny.
Warm.
Okay, so
Warm.
one segment that we want to do every week is talk about what we're watching.
What's on the
We
TV?
all love TV, reality TV, anime, sports.
You gonna start
We're
getting
into
into
it all.
sports.
He be watching the
I be
games.
watching sports. Like,
he be
what is
watching
the issue?
sports.
What is the issue?
Go ahead, keep going.
I mean,
So we're just going to jump right into it because we literally just watched the second part of the Salt Lake City reunion.
ooh,
And it is
it's so good.
insanely good.
Like, so good. Who would ever thought after 4 seasons,
Who would ever thought
Salt Lake City would be the one
that Monica
Yeah.
would come on there
Yeah.
and turn this show upside down?
I like to think
Monica Garcia, Monica Fowler, Monica Minaj, Monica Knowles Carter. We don't know what her name is. We don't know what her name is.
Monica.
Monica Minaj, we don't know. But
Nah, seriously.
we are obsessed with Monica. They have to bring her back for the next season.
Yeah.
She's a scammer. She's messy. She's a liar.
How is she a scammer though?
Because she's reality Von Teese.
Yeah, so I didn't know who
She
Ria-
said she's
I'ma
one
be
of.
honest.
She's
I-
one of.
I follow the blogs on Housewives. Not follow, but I look them up when watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember reality Von Teese. Like I do.
I don't
not
either.
remember the name.
I don't either. But I wasn't really on the blogs like that, and also wasn't really keeping up with Salt Lake City like that
Also,
either.
because once they
like
let
I don't
Mary
even
go
think I
second
watched
season-
last season.
No, definitely not. But once
Yeah.
they let Mary go third season, I was checked out because I feel
Unpopular opinion: I love Mary.
Like, is that unpopular? Too?
Yeah, I feel like people don't like Mary. People don't get into her.
I love. Mary.
But I love Mary.
Love
I
Mary
think she's
positive.
chaotic. I think she's fun. I think
She's the question mark. You'll never know what you're going to get out of her. And so
1000%.
it keeps the girls in Salt Lake City on their
it keeps
toes.
these girls on their toes.
Right. And
She
I
stays
think
on these bitches' necks.
Monica coming in. First of all, Monica coming in, you cannot tell me no one, producers,
Oh,
no
they
one, did not know who she
1000%.
was.
1000.
Did not know the background because they know they needed their ratings. They
Yeah.
know they needed.
I think
a
Heather
big
knew
impact.
too.
Oh,
They
so
needed
you
the
think
moment.
Heather played into? What was
Yeah,
going
for
on?
sure. And she was like, "I'm going to make this my moment on the finale." And
Yeah.
mission accomplished.
Well, you know what? I think Heather
Mission
in
accomplished,
season
bitch.
4 has sustained herself to be that person on Salt Lake City.
Yeah, for sure,
Like,
for sure.
She's the OG of Salt
Yeah.
Lake City. Like I feel like she's
Yeah.
going to be there when all.
I think Lisa wants to be, but it's not giving
clicking.
that.
No,
It's
it's,
not
trending down, and we're sorry to
Yeah.
say. But the reunion was messy. So what do you feel about her saying that it's not just her? Like, do you believe it's other people?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you believe she was assigned to like bring down?
I feel like they all were like in cahoots together. Like they all were doing it together.
Right, and I also feel like the hairdresser of Heather is getting by. I feel like she's getting by because I feel like
It's because she's
She
black.
got the tea.
So they're giving her a pass. They don't want to do too much.
I feel like she's getting by because how else would you say that someone would know that information about Heather when the hairdresser is only 3 years fresh into doing Heather's
But she's been doing her hair for
for
3
3 years, right? So
So
all the
she
information that
Heather
Monica
needs to.
could be getting is
Yeah.
coming from the
Yeah.
one that's doing your hair. in
It's
the
coming from the
background.
one that's doing your hair.
Like,
Like,
literally,
the call is coming from inside the house. Like,
It's coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
So the fact that she is getting by without saying anything, and I also want to let y'all know, like,
I mean, but she's also not on the show, so it's like, what could they do?
well, I mean, she's saying a lot on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
she has a lot of like receipts that she wants to show.
Yeah, I feel like Monica's going to get the most of it because she's on the show.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it. Like,
Yeah.
she be standing 10 toes down.
Yeah.
She called Lisa ugly, leather, Donald
And a Trump
face,
supporter.
Trump
And
and,
a
bitch. Like, she be reading the girls.
Right.
Well, as you can see, I did not do my homework and I didn't watch
Yeah.
that. So can we talk about the show that I watched? And
What are you
What
watching?
show was that?
Potomac.
Of course.
Oh,
It's a
Snooze
chop.
Fest.
It's a chop. Next show.
Married to Medicine. Snooze Fest.
why is this
Chop.
season the chop season of Potomac?
Because of NECA.
Yes. Because of NECA. But I feel like they
And because of Robin.
they've
and
been
because
on this
of
thing of where they've been
Candace
trying to bring
is a chop too.
Wendy
Sorry.
down. And it's just,
I'm
Why is
sorry.
Candace a chop?
They're all chops. I'm sorry. I feel like Candace is just. Oh, and I love Candace.
I do.
Right.
I love
I like
Candace.
Candace.
Can we cut this part out? No. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down like Monica. I just feel like Candace is like milking it. She's crying in every scene because Robin won't forgive her.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are you mad at Robin about? What is Robin mad about?
We're mad at
They don't
Robin
know.
for-
Giselle is the one that everybody should be mad at. Giselle did the whole Juan shit. What did Robin have to do with
No,
it?
we're mad at Robin for a lot. Like
Because
Robin,
she withheld her story.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And you waited and like she was like, "Oh, this was information I knew prior coming into the season. We
Yeah.
discussed it, so it wasn't important." Like, no, you signed up to tell us about your life. So it's like, this is what we've been doing.
But I kind of understand. Like, she was saying, like, it happened before they were filming.
That's what you're dealing
So
with.
should
That's
I?
the storyline.
So she was like, should I be bringing it back up when we're filming?
Yeah, they do
And
that
they
all the
were
time.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
They do it all the time.
I don't know. I just feel indifferent about Robin. I'm like, who cares? Chop next.
Potomac has always been good. I feel like they deliver every season. I
Not
don't
this
see
one.
anything wrong with this season.
This
just feel-
season is
this season is
terrible.
so
I just feel like
so
people
boring.
are over the OGs. Like it's a lot of it's Robin.
We're over the
Ashley,
Shrine.
Aaron,
We're over
Giselle.
NECA.
Yes, we're over.
Like, we're
all-
So
done.
we're over the newbie. We're not over the
I'm over Robin. I'm over Giselle. I'm over
wow.
NECA.
But Giselle was your favorite, so now you're ready to be like word on the street.
Giselle was
is-
never my favorite.
word on the street is I'm off the street.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Next street.
Next street.
Okay, so
Well,
married
next
to
street,
medicine.
Married to Medicine.
Married to medicine.
Next street.
Right. While we talk about
Next, it's
street.
a shop. Married to
They need quad.
It's
they
a
need
shop
quad.
for married to medicine too. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, they
Be a
need
chop.
quad.
Every show cannot be a chop.
Right now, it is.
They all are except for Salt Lake City.
No, that cannot be it. I feel like
Okay, so you feel like Phaedra lived up to the hype with her return? Yes or no?
You know, he's 10 toes
I-
down
I'm
on
10
Phaedra.
toes down for Phaedra. She is my
10
Scorpio
toes down for
sister.
Phaedra.
She is my
No,
Christian
it's a no.
sister. I feel like she gave Married to Medicine what she gave Real Housewives of Atlanta in her first season. And I feel like it was that question mark, that what does she do? Like, what cases does she do? She's doing these extravagant parties. And I feel like she came in Married to Medicine being the glue to bring Quad into a situation that the girls didn't want her to be in. And I felt like maybe it was a producer move because maybe the other girls were like, we don't want to work with her. We don't want to film with her. And we're like, we want to be done with that. And Phaedra was that connection to be like,
Was
let me
she though?
try.
'Cause she
I feel
was
like that's
giving-
how they made
She
it.
was giving like, I didn't invite Quad,
But she was also like the
and they were like,
connection.
Quad, you should leave. And Phaedra was just like,
I mean, also like,
Food.
listen, I just got here. I don't know the history. I'm still learning
I don't
everybody.
know.
You know, I'm still getting to know you.
I don't know. Phaedra just gives me fraud. Like, you weren't dating a doctor. Like, now you're a Reiki person. Now you're doing like
So why can't we have multiple streams of income?
I mean, she does, obviously.
Like,
successful.
why can't we? Yeah,
Wait,
obviously.
what does she do successfully?
I mean,
obvious.
She can do.
like she does
She
everything
can do a lot of
successfully.
things, but what is she doing
She's smart.
successfully?
She's creative. She
I don't
makes
know.
money in her sleep. Like she told y'all, if you work a 9 to
I think
5, and
she
if you're
look-
not making money in your sleep, then
I think she looked really good in that confessional. That's
did.
about it.
She did, but
And
I
the
think they
Mugler
were
with the bang wig, she looked real good.
Yeah, I think they were bringing her in because of her connection with Dr. G, and it was more so of like to help them bring Quad down, and not necessarily for her and Quad to be friends. It's like my loyalty lies with Dr. G, but then it's like, I think she probably started liking Quad a little bit as like a friend, but then Quad like fucked over at the end of it.
I don't know.
It's a chop.
To bring it all in one perspective for me, the Quad situation, as far as like the group, I didn't feel no way about it because I am a loyal Mariah fan. Maybe bringing
You
her.
want Mariah back?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. But yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I feel like the relationship can be repaired. I feel like.
Can it?
Yeah, like bitch. I feel like a lot of other stuff is going on there. Like we need to dig
With
up
who?
Dr. Jackie.
What
The people were
relationship?
lying on
What
Dr.
relationship can be repaired?
Her and Mariah's.
Quad and Mariah.
Yeah, Mariah and Quad definitely can be repaired. I feel like it's not that serious. Y'all started as best friends. Y'all went to school at the same college. I feel like things can be worked out. Like Miss Quad, she got it. She got it.
I don't know. I don't see
she
it.
have-
I don't
got it.
see
She
it.
got
This, I'm sorry. I don't see it. I feel like all of the shows are clicking down.
Yes, it needs a revamp.
They all need a revamp.
So do you
Like,
feel like everybody should do like what was it, New York?
New York?
How New York did.
New York's did not go over well.
I
Is it
watched
because
it.
they picked the bad.
I
the
did
wrong
not
girls?
watch it.
Like,
I watched some here and there, but I don't feel like when you have a legendary OG season like New York, yeah, some of the people on there needs to be out. But
Ramona.
you feel,
Name
but
them.
if you feel,
Name them. Name them.
name them, Ramona singer.
Name them.
If you feel like I feel like when you try to revamp a whole season that people have watched over 10 years, it can come with hit or misses. And I think for the revamp, they kind of missed.
So, do you think they need to do that with Atlanta? Yes or no?
Maybe
Yes.
not a total revamp, but I think bring some of that old feel back with some of that new feel, and then some of that feel that's already there. Candy, I feel like can go.
Candy can go.
Absolutely. I think all of them can go.
Yeah.
Who should stay?
You know what? Honestly, who should stay?
None of them.
I feel like Marlo can stay.
You know what? Maybe you're right.
Right, Marlo can stay.
Maybe the story is over for Candy, Kenya, and Sheree.
1,000%.
Okay, so
1,000%.
Maybe I can agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
What Nikki
cool.
say? The
We'll agree.
train has left the station, child.
Anyone?
Okay, so speaking of Atlanta, you are planning to move here.
Shout out.
So
to
we
that.
are in Atlanta. Clap it up, clap it up.
Clap it
up. And so talk to us about your journey. It's the journey.
Yeah, so it's been like what, 2 years? 2 years that I've been thinking about moving out of New York, probably almost since before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
talking
you've
about,
been talking
like,
about it
I
since
need
then.
to leave New York. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. It's too much.
I feel like after the pandemic, New York just went so downhill.
New York got exposed.
Like I was like, I'm out of here.
New York's hand really got shown.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was two states that were on my calendar.
What was the other one?
Texas.
Houston.
Oh.
He wanted to be a Houston hottie so
To
bad.
go to Texas. But, I am a political person. So I did not
Politics, sports.
want
Oh my
to go
God.
to politics,
Learning
sports,
so much.
reality. The conversation will never get bored with me.
Football,
Receive
basketball,
everything that you can think of.
everything.
Wow.
But yeah,
So
I wanted to
multifaceted.
move to Texas, and I think the decision to come to Atlanta was just about community, and I feel like when my community that I found in New York had moved to Atlanta, I felt like it's where I wanted to be, not needed to be. But I feel like it's where I wanted to be because, community is important.
Yeah.
I'm not the easiest person to make friends. And I feel like people that get me. And I feel like, y'all get me, y'all moved. And I just love that camaraderie we have and like that,
Oh, so you miss us, is what you're saying. Just say that. Just say what you said. Chest. Say you miss us.
So you came here during MLK.
I did. Yeah.
And so
I mean, it's not my first MLK, but I did come here for
Yeah.
2024's MLK.
we were out in these streets,
How was that?
barely.
Barely, like literally barely. It was,
I'd be
it was
at
a quiet
home.
year.
I'd be in the bed.
It was a quiet MLK though. It was a real quiet.
But we went out.
we did.
And
Yeah.
so,
Um,
what's your thoughts? You had a very interesting comment.
Right.
And
Give us
you
your comment.
I mean,
should I quote it? 'Cause
I
that-
think
that's
you
what
should quote it since you know what I
Well,
said.
what he said was,
Let's hear it.
Atlanta will sell you a dream.
No, I didn't say it will. I said can Atlanta
can.
sell.
If
sell
you're going to quote me, get
Sell
it
you a
right.
dream. Okay. And you elaborated and said the girls are in their Louis Vuitton and Gucci
And their Mercedes
and their
Benz.
Mercedes-Benz
So-
and Range Rovers.
It just came to mind when we were, waiting for a valet at a particular place, and the cars that kept pulling up, like you would see
Lamborghini,
you would see-
Ferrari. No.
Okay, like you would see the 745 BMW,
Benz
the big body. You would see the Mercedes.
No, the girls
the
have really
Range,
nice cars.
The Teslas.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, maybe 6 of them were getting in one car, but I mean, somebody owned
And
it out
6
of the
of them were
group.
going home together because they're roommates. That's what you said.
I did not say that part.
Wow.
How would I know they're roommates? How would I know living
we're going
situations?
there. We're gonna edit that.
How would I know? But
Somebody
I just,
has said multiple roommates.
I just compared to NYC living and Atlanta living. I find difference.
Okay. And so, what's the dream? That
The
you can
dream
come
in
here
Atlanta
and
that I
be,
think that can sell you is that you can have your own whip, you can have your own car, and when I'm talking about car, it's giving foreigns only. It's not giving those Kias that they're breaking into in Buckhead. It's giving foreigns only, and it's like, yeah. And I asked the question to you when we were waiting, and I was like, because you know some of the people there, so I was like, what do they do? Like, what type of job do they have? And you were like, they're going home to their 3 roommates and talk about what's going on.
Not you, still. He reading you, sis. He said you said.
Are you reading?
You said that? You said that?
I mean, hey, like
I don't even talk like that.
I don't
first of
know,
all.
but yeah. So it was just that. It was like our priorities wrong, our situation, like
Yeah.
what's going on that you can live and you can have and you can do. Not that I'm hating, because I aspire. I too would not like to wake up and roll over and hit my little button on my computer and clock into work. But some of us don't have it like that. And I want to go outside and pull out a Range Rover. But so this is no way hating on the people that got it. If they
Yeah.
got it. I'm just trying to find out the parallels between Atlanta living and New York living. So as far as you two, since you now live here and is being residents in New York for a lengthy time, what are those parallels that you see?
Go ahead, sis, and take
Me
it.
to go.
Yeah.
As far as parallels, I don't necessarily think there's like many, right? Because like even when you think about like living in New York, a lot of times we don't drive in New York. I know I'm so high. So
Sweat running down your face, bro.
Where is the tissue? Like
It
shit's
is
melting.
sweat. Take this wool hat off. Oh my god.
it's so hot.
It's really not that hot in
not
here.
that
But
Y'all know I
so while he composes himself, I'll just speak for myself.
ready.
Okay,
Are
go
you?
ahead.
I was
You sure? All right, well, go ahead. Go ahead and give it to us then.
sweating the whole time. Sweating the whole time.
Take the hat off and dap yourself with the hat.
I
That
can't.
forehead is dripping.
Can we cut this part out the video?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I mean,
All
this
right.
is not no painted on hairline. So I mean, you good. It's like lift it up and it's gone.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, since we had that moment,
Right,
I was
edit
saying I
it
don't
out,
think
honey.
there's like any parallels, right? Like for me, for example, I didn't drive when I lived in New York. And I felt like I was always on like subject to the city's time, right? So like everything that I did, I was like subject to the city's time. Whereas here I can kind of like get up and go when I want to. And I think too, friendships in the South is very different. I think like, there were a lot of people who we were cool with in New York and stuff like that, and we've never been to their house. Right? You've never been inside somebody's living room, for a kickback or nothing like that. Whereas in Atlanta, like regardless of how the girls are living, they're always opening up their homes. Like kick back here.
Not me.
We weren't talking about you.
Certainly not I.
But I think it's like a different level of like, I guess, intimacy when it comes to like friendships. But I think it's also that part of like selling the dream, because you want people to see how you're living in Atlanta, and you want them to come in your home and see what you got and like all of that. Or at least that has been my experience of what I've seen.
Right.
So yeah, I think those are kind of like the differences for me. But I think it makes Atlanta like a lot easier. Like, New York ain't no crystal stair. Like, even with things of like finding an apartment and stuff like that, like you go look at something, next day, 5 minutes later, she's gone. So it's a completely different like hustle, completely different experience. But I'm enjoying the slower pace. I'm enjoying, just, kicking back, chilling, relaxing.
But you don't
in
be
Atlanta.
kicking back.
At all. Like, I'm just like, what is he talking about?
Let us know when you're like settled down, kicking back.
I'm
we
always,
Jeez.
I'm always settled down.
You're out every day.
I'm not. I've not been out all week.
Okay, so let me just speak on what you were saying about the dream. I think that in Atlanta, one of the big differences I see is that in Atlanta, everybody is a celebrity. Everybody's famous. Everybody's more popping than the next bitch. Everybody is labels, pieces, head to toe, the nice cars. Like, that is what you see. And I think it's, I don't know, it doesn't feel like genuine to me. It doesn't feel like authentic to me. I feel like in New York, like, you just yourself. You just that bitch. You just put your shit on. You just go about your business.
It's cost a lot.
I feel like here the girls like try so hard to put on and be that person and have the best this and have the best that. And even when you think about like nightlife, like in Atlanta, it's all about a section. Standing on your section, having the Gucci head to
Recording
toe.
the lady coming with the sparkler.
Like it's all like about putting on.
I will say Atlanta was the city that turned me on to like getting sections. Like now,
For sure.
everywhere I go,
message before you got here is where are we getting a section at? Like literally. But I think too, it's like it also is about space. Like too, like Atlanta. I feel like the clubs in Atlanta definitely get packed, and so for me, I'm all about sections.
Big ass sections taking up all
right.
the There's no dance floor.
There's no dance floor.
No.
But it's also like I would rather be in the section with my friends, like partying up with.
Well, I feel like you have to be too, because again, that's part of the Atlanta dream. Is like everybody's pretending to be somebody. So what do I look like being the one that's not in the section?
Like, oh, excuse me.
Right. You're like, well, damn, everybody in the section.
And
so
I always try not to look at the sparklers when they coming over with their bottles. Like, you be like, ooh.
Like, oh, let me get out their video. Like, so you're like, okay, well, I guess we got to get a section too.
Right.
And I think you have like showed us the viral tweet like about the person saying this is not crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, so do we agree with spending, let's say, over $400 for a bottle and 4 of your friends to sit in a section, and then the extra bottle is another $400, but the real bottle only costs you $37.
It's about the experience. It's like in that moment, this is what I want to give in that moment. But you always like sit back and reflect on it. Like, bitch, we could have went to the liquor store and got this. But I think it's like in that moment, like, But then like you also think about it too. Like sometimes, depending on where you're at, like if a drink is like $20 a pop, it's like we could just get a bottle and drink, how we want to drink. So sometimes it makes sense depending on the number of people you're going with and what you get for that value. But other times when it's like, $800 for one bottle, like, no.
I think too, if you're doing it every Sunday at traffic, it's like, all right, girl, let's really.
But I mean, also if it's 6 to 8 people splitting it, well, it's like free,
right? Because when we was looking at it, and we was like, well, it's just finna be us two. It
was like, are we about to spend $700 and I'm the only one drinking? Like, no, for real. But
sorry, I was out of town.
I can appreciate sections for the fact that I'm not the one that's in the middle of your dance floor breaking it down, giving you an 8 count.
A boom boom cat.
I'm not sitting here. Exactly. I'm not Jay setting. You know, I'm
I
not
am.
sitting here giving you E4L. I'm not sitting here. You
Not
know,
No dance battle.
no dance
You
battle.
not twerking?
I'm definitely not twerking.
Not dropping it like it's hot?
100% not doing that.
He want to be Trey so bad, y'all.
Being in the section, popping bottles, talking shit when the music plays.
So you're the one he's talking about in that tweet where he says you don't think this is crazy.
Remember his very
You're
first
the
text
one he's talking
message
about.
before
Okay.
he got here was, "Where are we getting the section
Yeah.
at?" That was the
Yeah.
first text message
Yeah.
when he was about to board his flight.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I feel like you have to adapt to where you're going. So
Yeah.
like it's not like New York. where you
Again,
can
I think
just
special
pull up in there.
occasions is fine, but I'm definitely not doing it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm sober now, so
Here we go.
I probably won't be doing it ever again.
Ooh.
Here we go.
So do you want to share like your
My
sober
sobriety
experience?
journey?
Yeah. Because we got so fucked up.
Oh God, I don't even want to
Halloween
talk about
weekend.
It. Oh,
So what about the weekend we had in New York, Halloween?
did we have sections in New York?
No.
you did, well, y'all were
And
hosting.
that's
so-
my
Oh,
point.
man.
Like
Exactly.
no sections and still
And
was
had a
like
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
liquor.
Well, they had the
drinks.
back room at at that party.
Well, they
Yeah,
had
they were
at
in
both
the
of them.
back
They had the back room at what's the name, and then at what's the spot in Brooklyn? We had that back section in the back, and we had bottles there too. Remember that?
In Brooklyn?
Wow, y'all don't
Brooklyn.
remember.
You wasn't there for Halloween.
Yes, I was.
What Halloween? Not last
We're talking
year?
about this past Halloween.
Oh, I'm thinking about the wrong time. Ignore me.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes,
I was thinking about
but
Pride.
yeah,
Always supposed to be
Halloween was
included.
just crazy.
I was thinking about Pride.
It was we had a ball, but just drank way too much, and so it started out as a detox. I was going to do a 30-day detox, and then our families came for Thanksgiving, and I was like, well, if I can make it through this without drinking,
Right.
I'm going to keep it going. So I made it through that, and then the holidays came, and I was like, well, if I can make it through these holiday parties without drinking, I might as well keep it going.
Right.
Did that. Boom. So the goalposts just kept moving. And then we went on vacation for New Year's and didn't drink then either. And so at this point,
Wow.
it's
So
just
you were
living-
able to do an international trip
Yes.
and not to like baddie, like no shot o'clock,
No.
Betty.
no
shot
welcome
up.
drink.
I don't need to be drunk to have fun.
All right,
So-
Kyle.
Is everything okay? You're married?
Right.
Moving.
So, like, do you find like is anything? Do you know? Can you notice a difference between when you were and now that you are not?
Well, I mean, the number one thing is I save so much money not drinking. And then I definitely feel like I have more energy. I sleep better. And I think it's just conducive to my, new fitness lifestyle with my trainer
I
and everything. I
aspire.
think, the two just go hand in hand in my new lifestyle
aspire.
journey. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm over here.
Meanwhile, y'all both
Hennessy straight, like cheers to that.
I'm drinking water,
I mean, I'm here for the sobriety, like
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
So let's
Well, congratulations.
let's table. Thank you. Let's table the section in Atlanta. So I guess the final verdict. Do you feel like Atlanta is going to sell you a dream?
No, I don't feel like it's going to sell me personally a dream because I mean, I don't be in the streets in New York. Like I'm not in the club in New York. I'm not trying to find out what's going on. And
Yeah.
I feel like that part of my
But I
life.
feel like when you get here, you will want to go out, and
Yes.
for that,
I mean-
you're going to need to hit him up, not me.
wow.
so
Wow.
Oh, so he is the one to go to when it's like what's going on.
1000%. Yeah,
Not
Wanna
true.
Have a
That
quiet
is lies.
night, a little dinner. You don't
I
mind
don't
me
know,
to
but-
cook. We can watch a little TV. Come over to my house.
is
Come over
lies.
to the South Side.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Wow, he got an invite to the South Side?
Yeah, that's more my vibe. Like being in the house chilling. You know,
I don't feel like that's your vibe.
I do feel. Why don't you feel like that's my vibe? Like I don't mind going out, but I mean, if I can sit in the house, watch a little TV, eat a little snack, rub on a little ass.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, whatever you want to give,
Stay
I'm
tuned,
here.
listeners.
I'm here.
For when Alex moves here
It's gonna
and
be soon.
it's hitting the street.
It's gonna be soon.
So, what can the listeners expect from us?
A lot
Going
more of
forward.
this. Conversations, laughs,
Yeah,
I think
shade.
the chaos of it all.
100%.
we'll do some deep dives into relationships,
Can't relate.
dating in Atlanta.
Can't relate.
Can't relate.
Don't know nothing about that. Don't know nothing about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So so your homework is to watch
Salt Lake City to come back and talk about that. Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then our homework together is to get a section the next time we go out.
When is that gonna be?
Tonight.
Y'all know I'll be in the house.
All
All right. Where can they find you?
Yes. Where can they
Drop
find
your
you?
socials. Drop your OnlyFans. Drop your Twitter.
Okay, so
Definitely drop the free
again,
Twitter.
the voice that you're hearing is Quiet Storm.
Who is
Alex.
Lord?
You can follow me on Instagram at I am the Alejandro, IamTheAlejanDro. I am the Alejandro on Instagram.
long.
So long.
Follow me on Instagram, same thing, but it's Alejandro the Great, ALEJANDRODA underscore
Instagram? I feel like you got it backwards.
GR8. That's
No,
Twitter.
Twitter.
Oh, that's
The number 8. Great. So yeah, that's how you can follow me.
Twitter. Next.
To be continued.
So, you can find me on all of the social media platforms at Jackson X Ernest. That is JCKSON X Ernest. Also, recently, launched a little meal prep service, so you can find that on my Instagram as well. We can talk about that later.
Right.
Okay, you
Don't put little in front of anything you got.
Well, I said it about myself.
No, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, my big,
Yeah,
think
do
my
your
big meal
You need
prep
to say
service.
big,
big
bitch.
one. in
Think big,
2024.
bitch.
Your big one.
Tell us about the meal prep service.
Oh, meal prep service starting at $70, 4 to 8 meals. Hit me up. I got you. The bachelor's meals.
Do you do delivery?
The
online?
30-minute
pickup.
meals are great.
It is not giving Rachel Ray.
So how do the girls place an order?
It is not giving Rachel Ray. There is a link in my bio, in my personal bio on Instagram, as well as the bachelor's meal bio on Instagram. You can go there to place your order every Saturday. Deliveries on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you do just 1 day turnover rate, huh?
Nice,
Nice. I love
quick,
That's amazing.
efficient. And where can they find you?
66 Poppy on Instagram. I do not have Twitter. And my website is 66poppy.com, and my store is 66poppy online.
Yeah, make sure to hear that last part. Your
My store.
Okay.
Brand.
Right.
This top.
This
Right.
top.
There you go.
Camera.
The top. This top.
66 Poppy online. Shop my site.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. This
First
has been-
episode.
First
done.
episode.
Down.
y'all. Yeah.
Wait, we also created an Instagram.
Oh, we did create an
Oh.
Instagram for. Oh, see, we knew at this. We knew at
got
this.
one job.
We have an Instagram. It's called "Are You
Right
Reading
there.
Me Sis" on Instagram, spelled just like it sounds.
Follow that for all of the updates.
Yes.
all the clips.
Everything
all the
is
merch
dropping.
that's coming.
Everything is dropping.
Tickets
on,
for our live show.
Right.
all,
Cookware.
Our email address is on there. We're looking for sponsors. Holla at us.
Yes, everything is there. We're on Twitter as well. Same thing. Are You Reading Me, Sis? And this has been episode 1.
Woo, 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 woo.